So, hello and welcome back to my channel. If you've watched my last few videos, I bought an iPad. I'm sure you're thinking, Saskia, why? That is such a good question. I wish I knew, I really do. I think I literally watched like 2 videos of people writing notes on an iPad and I was like, oh my god, I think I want one. And I was like, you know what? I think I deserve one. I didn't buy myself anything for finishing first year because I wanted Squishmallows and they were out of stock. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just buy something for finishing second year, but then also for finishing first year. And I'm not gonna lie, I can afford it. So I was like, I think I'll just get myself an iPad. We'll start off with that. Great. We'll start off with what iPad I actually bought. I think I watched like I think I just watched like a couple of videos on like what's the best iPad to get in 2022. And obviously they're like, oh, the new ones are quite good. And I was like, bestie, first of all, I'm not buying a brand new iPad. We'll never buy anything brand new. My camera is refurbished, my phone's refurbished. I'm not buying brand new stuff. Second of all, they were all like £3,000. I was like, that's disgusting. So I went on CEX, which is where I bought my camera, and it's a website that I can trust. And I was like, let's just have a look. And then after kind of watching a couple of videos, I think I settled on wanting an iPad Air 2 because it was the best. It was the best of the old ones that still functions now, like, because it was made before 2018, it can't like Apple Pen or anything like that, but it's still completely functional, it still works well, and it was also cheap. I was like, I'm not spending more than £150 on it. So I bought this one for £140. This is an iPad Air 2. I bought this from CEX. They did have really cheap ones on Back Market, but I did not trust Back Market. Like, Back Market had some negative reviews, CEX has negative reviews, but I've bought from CEX before, so I know it's okay. Like, my camera's from CEX and it broke, but it was still in the warranty, so I returned it and then bought another one, so I then got another warranty. And like, they've been good at fixing things. So I was like, well, at least if it breaks, I know it will get fixed. Whereas Back Market, some of the reviews were like, oh, I ordered an iPad Air and they sent me an iPad 2. So I was like, well, I'd rather not. I was like, at least with CEX, I will be getting an iPad. So yeah, I bought this from CEX. I think it was £140. It is an iPad Air 2, 32 gigabytes. I was like, my phone's like 32 and I've never needed any more than that. People are always like, don't buy a small storage iPad, but I literally, I would never need a bigger storage. And I think it was refurbished B. I'll put links of everything I bought down in the description box, but I think that's what I bought. I then have like accessory, let's say. So I bought my case. Cases for iPads are kind of difficult to find. I wanted one that had this folding part so I can obviously like, you know, stand up my iPad. But then also the ones that all had that didn't then have bumpers. And I was like, in my head, right, if you drop an iPad, the bits that are gonna break will be the corners. So I just kind of Googled, I think I Googled like silicone iPad case, and I don't know the name of the one I bought, but I'll link it down below as well. But it's like similar to my phone one, where you've got like thick bumpers around the edge, but it's also got the foldy bit. So that was obviously required. I don't have anything on the back of it because the back of it's clear, which is kind of ugly, but I might print out a picture and just stick it in. I might buy some stickers and like not actually stick them to the iPad, but just slot them in the case because, I don't know, that's a bit bland, I think. And yeah, I originally bought this case in like, I think it was like grey purple, space purple, hideous. It was just grey. So then I was like, well, let's buy a light pink because then at least if it's like greyish, it will still be light pink, it will just be grey pink. Whereas the purple grey was grey. So yeah, that's that. I was then looking at buying keyboard cases, but they worked out a lot more expensive to buy a keyboard case than to just buy a keyboard in a case. So I then just bought a wireless keyboard. I bought the Nulaxi wireless keyboard and stand case. And I think this has like a 24-month warranty. And it is just a standard wireless keyboard. So far it's all fully functional. You just kind of flick it on. It has a battery in it and you just kind of, so I would slot my iPad in here and then it's kind of just like a laptop. So yeah, I do really like this. It's a bit difficult to get used to because my DSA laptop has a numlock case on it. So like this is all just kind of a more condensed keyboard, but this is good. Don't remember the price, but again, I'll link everything down below. But I don't think it was that expensive. It was maybe 15, 16 pounds, but it had an Amazon voucher on it. Then I bought a stylus. I first bought the Pony stylus pen for touchscreens. Pony. It basically, it has a disc tip. So it's not like a pen, but it's a pen. And I bought this one just because I wanted a stylus. This works well, like you can kind of detach the tip, it's got a spare tip in the lid. Also this. Yeah, and then, I don't know, kind of gets me. But the disc tip is also quite good because what you can do is, normal pens you kind of have to write like this. The disc stays flat, but you can write all the way down, if that makes sense. The only issue is like if you are writing, it's not the best. I'll show you on the screen in a minute what this writing looks like. But I then, because I still had Amazon vouchers, I was like, okay, I'll just buy another iPad pen. Because mine is pre-2018, I think I can't get a Apple Pencil equivalent, but like a similar thing I could get. I mean, this just says stylus pen superfine nib active capacitive, but it's much more of like an Apple Pencil equivalent. So it's, I mean, it's got 3 replaceable nibs in the packet, which the review said was good because apparently the nibs break, but you literally just tap it on the top, that's now on, tap it off. So I have 2 pen varieties. Let me show you what they look like writing wise. So if I just get a pen, this is the Pony stylus. That's not beautiful handwriting or anything, but I mean, it's very hard to kind of write just like, I don't know, I do really like this. Potentially even more than the Apple Pen equivalent. So this is now the Apple Pen equivalent. I need to turn it on. So to be honest, there's not much like writing difference in them. This one's kind of a bit thinner. It has a couple of issues, like if I tap up the top, it doesn't necessarily tap where I was intending to tap. But overall, they weren't hugely expensive, and I do use them both. So yeah, so those are all of the kind of accessories that I've got. I will now do a what's on my iPad. Let's just figure out how to do this. Screen recording? I think this is now screen recording. I really don't understand this. So you can see you just have my lock screen won't seem to record, don't know why, but I've got just 2 pages of notes. I've kind of gone for like some pink aesthetic. I've tried lots of different kind of like aesthetic variations and they weren't working for me. The only one that worked was if I had icons. So my icons are, I think it was like linear cool or something, but like if you just go on Canva you can make icons. But I was like, I can't just have like a pretty flower because I can't look at it and know. Whereas like if I see a search bar, that's clearly search. Like that made a lot more sense. So I just have 2 pages and then I have kind of extra notes, extra things that I don't really want. So first things first, I have Pinterest. I think I just kind of added it because like I needed an extra app. My Pinterest is 99% Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I have just a massive Taylor Swift Pinterest board. I have a Barbie Pinterest board. I then have PDF Expert, which a lot of people recommended as like a writing software and like editing PDFs. So like when I'm doing reading, I can do it on there, but I can just kind of, you know, write on here. It's got nice highlighter colors, good. Then obviously I've just got YouTube because I wanted it. I have YouTube with a little play button because I couldn't find another TV. And my other TV one is going for Amazon Prime. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of random YouTube videos. I've been watching a lot of Scammer Payback and also a lot of Lil Simsy. Then just have Google Docs, Again, that's kind of just an academic thing. I then have Amazon Prime Video. I'm not going to open it because I think it will show you an email. Then I just have Google Drive. Again, I'm not really going to show you my Google Drive. Then I have Blackboard. Blackboard is just what our university uses for like university stuff, but it doesn't keep me logged in, so she's really irritating. I then have OneNote. Again, is just another way of writing your notes, I guess. A lot of people recommended that. I then have Notion, right? I'm struggling to figure out Notion. I've used a lot of people's templates and I don't believe anyone that says it makes their life more organised. Like, I've managed to make a Notion. If you want a Notion tour, have fun. You're probably not going to get one because I don't use it. But I just struggle to understand it a bit. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it makes my life, like, it fixes my life. And like, it's pretty, but I've got notebooks. I've got other places to write this stuff. I then just have Google Slides. I don't know why, I think I installed this row because I get really stressed if my apps don't fill out an entire row. So I downloaded Todoist, which is just a to-do list thing. So like, I was supposed to film a reaction to my university haul. I've done that, so I ticked it off. Like, it's not very exciting. I then just have Mail. Not exciting. I've got Gmail and Mail. So my Mail has my Outlook, my Gmail has my Gmail. And then on the bottom bar I have Gmail, Safari, Messages and Spotify. I recently just changed my Spotify playlist covers. I don't think I link my Spotify in the description, but like, my Spotify is just Saskia HDLT. How do I show my stuff? So like, I've got like artist playlists. I then have mood-based playlists. And then I've got the Saving Grace podcast, which I've been appreciating. Then on page 2, what we have is the stuff that I don't use as much. So everything on page 1 is like, I'm actually going to use it. Potentially. Like, when we get into term, I'll probably use stuff here on here more, but I currently do just use YouTube and PDF Expert and Pinterest. The next page is then just like utilities? Is that what it's called? So I've literally got settings, reminders, notes, Google Photos. You need Google Photos, App Store, camera, maps, clocks, contact, photos, FaceTime, calendar. I deleted the weather app. I cannot locate her. She doesn't exist. And then I just have two nice widget quotes. I just used Widgetsmith. It was kind of confusing for me to figure out how to edit my widgets and like edit my icons and all of that, but I'll link the video that I used to follow that. I think it was by Emily Studying, that channel. She does a lot of iPad-y videos, so I used a lot of her. So yeah, I've not had my iPad that long, so I've not really used everything. I then just kind of have like extra stuff, like I think I don't have Colornote as like I've got Colornote as an app, but it's not on my account. Like, I've not been vibing with Colornote. I don't know, I click on the pen sometimes and it doesn't write. Like, it's okay. She's not the one for me. I prefer OneNote and PDF Expert. But those are my apps. I mean, I'm sure once I kind of get into the swing of like academics, my apps will probably change. I'll probably change up what I'm using and move things around, but I'm thinking kind of mostly the theme will stay the same, everything will stay the same. I don't know if my lock screen showed, but if it didn't, I'll put a picture here. It is just a Morgan Harper Nichols quote, because I love Morgan Harper Nichols. That's what's on my iPad. Not hugely exciting, but again, I've not had my iPad for long. I've not used a lot of things on my iPad. I don't really know fully how she works. I was very confused when like the control center wasn't at the bottom. Swiping up doesn't do anything, but it opens your apps. That was confusing. The power button's on the top, but I don't know, I got a bit confused. And like the control center is in the top right. I don't know, I don't really understand the difference either. Like, I can silence notifications and I can go on Do Not Disturb, but I don't really know what they mean. And I can also airdrop. I mean, I can literally do that on my phone. I've never airdropped before. I think I airdropped something the other day and I was like, this is incredible stuff. Yeah, that's what's on my iPad. It's not hugely exciting. I'm sure the title will have said something like student, you know, clickbaity words that will get me views. But once term starts up, you'll see a lot more of the iPad. I'm also currently a research assistant, so I am using it a lot for like reading papers and like emails and things like that. But once term starts a lot more, here's the thing. Here's a kind of reason why I did buy it, which makes a bit of sense. My laptop from DSA, massive. And by massive, I just mean it's a normal sized laptop, right? But she's thick because she's like a powerful processor. She's currently broken, so miss you. But she's like a powerful processor. She's got like 600 gigabytes of storage. She's a big girl. Whereas my old laptop was literally like, it was pretty much this big. It had 14 hours of battery life without charging. I took it to sixth form from 6 AM to 6 PM and she was fine. She was beautiful. And like, I've only taken my laptop to campus like twice, but it was a burden. I took it, I think once to write something, like write an essay, and then once to record a lecture for my flatmate. She's just so fat. She's bulky, she's heavy, and I'm a tote bag girl. I can't do that. So if I literally just take my iPad, and even just if I take the charger as well, it's an iPhone charger. It's very skinny, it doesn't cause me any problems. Like, even if I package all of that weighs less than my laptop. Like, it always less than my laptop. It's less stressful, I think. Oh yeah, one of these is also magnetic. I don't know which one it is, but I think they stick. Yeah, one of them's I think it's so you can stick it to the side of your iPad, but I don't think my iPad's new enough to have that quality. Yeah, that's kind of it. You'll probably see me using my iPad more in the next few months of vlogs, and by that I mean once term starts, because like once I do my dissertation, maybe I'll do a lot more like going to uni. I like my iPad, which is very good, and I'll see you whenever I next upload a video, which will literally either be the next Monday or the next Friday after this goes up, because I'm pre-filming by like a month. I'm already a month ahead because I'm A, this is a multiple choice question, a professional YouTuber, B, bored out of my mind with nothing else to do. Take your pick, girlies. Maybe it's a bit of both.